Becoming a Legendary Trader, Part 2. Trader, welcome back. Trading Mind is honored to have you here. In the previous part, we journeyed through the first 4 essential steps, from initial awakening to building the right mindset to persistently seeking truth and finally learning to master your emotions. It wasn't an easy road because trading isn't just about reading charts. It's a journey of confronting yourself. Many give up right there, lacking patience, humility, or honesty about their emotional state. But if you're still here, still listening, you've likely already traveled further than most. Now we step into the second phase, where understanding turns into structure and observation becomes practice. From step 5, building your personal trading system, to step 9, the final milestone, becoming a legendary trader. Step 5, build your personal trading system. Having passed the first 4 steps, you now understand that the market isn't a place to prove your ego or chase luck. It's a cold battlefield where survivors have clear systems, unshakable discipline, and the time to mature. This step isn't about some magical method. The truth is, there is no holy grail. What you need is a system, a clearly defined set of rules to guide every decision. When to enter, when to stay out, when to hold, when to exit. Most importantly, it must be your system. Not complex, but tailored to your personality, lifestyle, emotions, and level of self-control. Some prefer price action. Others rely on indicators. Some trade 15-minute charts. Others wait patiently for weekly setups. Everything is valid if it suits you. Everything is wrong if you copy it blindly without knowing who you are. Think of your system like armor. If it's too tight, it restricts you. Too loose, it leaves you exposed. Only when it fits just right can you last a long haul. What should a system include? Entry criteria: you can't trade on a hunch. You need defined conditions. A candlestick at a key support, a moving average crossover. The clearer, the better. Less guesswork. Risk management rules. This is what most beginners skip, and that's why they exit the game too early. Ask yourself, how much of your account are you willing to lose on one trade? How many consecutive losses can you handle? Do you always cut losses as planned? Journaling and review. Don't rely on gut memory. Record every trade. Why did you enter? Did you follow your plan? What was your emotional state? This log becomes a mirror. It reveals your weaknesses and lets you adjust. Patience. No system is built overnight. It needs testing and tweaking. Start simple. Maybe one candle pattern and a clear support/resistance zone. Don't try to trade everything. Pick one strategy. Go deep. Build confidence with it. This is where you must move into live markets, not with demo accounts where there's no fear of loss, but with a small live account. Real emotions, real stakes. Try a Cent account. Just a few dollars is enough to feel it. The pulse when you place a trade, the heartbeat when price moves against you, the thrill of a win. These feelings can't be learned from books or simulated in demo. Only real money, however small, makes you treat your system seriously. Treat your Cent account like a gym. You're not here to win, just to train. You're not afraid of losing, just afraid of not learning. Use this environment to verify your system. Is it stable? Does it suit you? Can you follow your rules? What lessons are you gaining daily? Because a system isn't something you write on paper. It's something you live, breathe, and repeat until it becomes instinct. If you're ready, we'll move to step 6, where your system faces hard truths. Testing, tuning, optimizing. You'll leave the safety of theory and meet bitter but vital realities. And discover that legends aren't born from perfect systems, but from those willing to refine themselves over and over again. Step 6, test, adjust, optimize. This is where most traders quit. You've built a system, funded a Cent account, you're ready to battle. But after a few losses, you start doubting the system, yourself, even the market. So you repeat the cycle, abandon your method, chase a new one, add new indicators, jump from price action to ICT, from breakout to mean reversion, and back to frustration. But if you made it to step 6, understand, failure doesn't mean the system is broken. It means you haven't tested or understood it deeply enough. Testing and optimization isn't about chasing perfection. It's about syncing your system with your reactions. Like martial arts, you can learn a move quickly, but making it instinctive in combat takes sweat and repetition. Begin simply. Trade your system live on your Sen account. Set a small goal, not to profit, but to follow your system for 10 trades straight. If you do that, regardless of wins or losses, you've already outpaced thousands. In this phase, let process lead. Results will follow. Are you journaling every trade? Following your entry conditions? Cutting losses as planned? Or still hoping for a reversal? This is the time to be brutally honest with yourself. Because if you can't be honest, you'll forever live in illusion, blaming systems, markets, or luck. Most failure comes from within. One undisciplined click, moving your stop, FOMO on a perfect setup you missed. And sometimes, yes, systems need tweaks. Not because they're wrong, but because they don't fit you yet. Maybe adjust your time frame. Add a confirmation candle. Modify your exit rules. It's like breaking in new shoes. You need to walk, run, stumble before knowing they fit. Let me share a story. A young trader named Min came in blazing with passion. He read fast, learned faster. Within 3 months, he built a simple system: double tops, supply zones, strict money management. He quickly doubled a $20 Sen account to $40, then $60. Thought he'd found the Holy Grail. Then the market went sideways. His pattern failed. 5 losses in a row. Instead of reviewing, he blamed the system. Switched to ICT, then Fibonacci, then volume profile. Each loss led to another switch. 6 months later, he returned to his original method. But this time he refined it. Added engulfing confirmation. Moved to H1 chart. Traded only during London session. In 2 months, he grew $50 to $130, using the same strategy he once gave up on. He told me, "I thought the system was the problem. Now I know. I didn't understand it well enough." That's the essence of step 6. Don't rush. Make every trade a lesson. Ask weekly, what worked? What caused losses? Am I following my own rules? Tweak one variable at a time. Don't overhaul everything. And remember, optimization isn't about printing money. It's about creating a system that fits you, so you can trade it peacefully day after day. You may still lose during testing, but every loss that yields a lesson isn't a loss. It's a brick, and you're laying the foundation for your long-term edge. You'll notice the market feels less intimidating because you're no longer reacting, you're responding. You have a system, a journal, clear criteria. You're shifting from a market player to a market operator. That changes everything. Before we move to step 7, where discipline and consistency are truly tested, pause and ask yourself, how serious am I about this process? Am I learning from my losses? And more importantly, do I have the patience to walk this path without quitting halfway? Because legendary traders aren't early winners. They're relentless learners. They rise from every fall and forge strength from their setbacks. If this journey resonates, please like and share it. Someone out there may need this message to stay on track. But you've built your system, tested it, refined it. Now comes the long game, results over time. This step is the bridge from knowledge to outcome. And its name is consistency, discipline, persistence. Trading is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Like planting a tree. You water it daily, fertilize it, observe it. After a while, you start seeing fruit. But first, you must conquer monotony. Yes, boredom. The biggest enemy now isn't ignorance, it's the lull. You're no longer thrilled by new concepts. No longer anxious about each trade. Patterns feel familiar. Sessions become routine. Repetition starts to dull your edge. This is where the mind rebels. You break rules. Take extra trades just because. Increase size out of confidence. Skip setups based on gut feeling. But remember, Consistency is the only bridge from knowing to earning. You don't need a new strategy. You don't need new indicators. You need to keep doing what already works day in, day out. Let me tell you about Hong, now a full-time funded trader. He once sold old phones at a street market, got into trading with a cracked phone and a $10 cent account. He failed countless times, but after reading Trading in the Zone, he built a basic system, inside bar on H4. One setup, one pair, one session. He did it for 3 months. His P&L wasn't stellar. $2 profit month 1, minus $3 month 2, break even month 3. But he gained something more, self-control. For the first time, he didn't panic, didn't regret, didn't chase. And everything changed. 1 year later, he joined a small prop firm. Today, he manages 6 figures. Still trades inside bar on euro to US dollar, H4. He once told me, trading doesn't need you to be smart. It needs you to be loyal to what you chose and patient enough to live it daily. Maybe you're reading this after a string of losses. Maybe you're unsure if you're on the right path. But if you're following your system, even in loss, you're winning. Every disciplined action adds armor to your mind. When your mind is strong, the market can't shake you. Review your journal weekly. Check your discipline. Train your mind to embrace boredom and still execute. That's mastery. Fall in love with emotionless trades. Commit to the process, even when it feels repetitive. Legendary traders aren't perfect winners. They're disciplined repeaters until success becomes inevitable. So I ask, if for the next 6 months, you only traded one proven system, one trade a day like brushing your teeth, would you be willing? If yes, you're ready for step 8, managing risk like a true investor, where you stop gambling and start operating your system like capital management. Step 8, manage risk like a true investor. At the start, everyone's excited to learn how to enter trades. But the longer you last in this game, the more a deeper question rises. How do I protect myself when I'm wrong? This is when your thinking shifts from that of a trader to that of a real investor. It starts with 2 simple words: risk management. In the amateur world, the focus is always on winning. But in the world of consistent traders, the focus is on not losing too much when wrong. Because even the best system will fail sometimes. What keeps you in the game is not your entries, but how you manage your exits. Picture this. You win 3 trades, then lose one over-leveraged position that wipes out all your progress. That's poor risk control. But what if you lost 3 trades, each at minimal risk, and a single win brought you back? That's investor thinking. Trading is not about being right. It's about surviving your wrongs. Let me tell you about Vin. He was an accountant for a construction firm. He treated every trade like a budget line. Instead of chasing gains, he asked, "How much am I willing to lose if this doesn't work?" His answer, 2% of his account per trade. No more. Sounds simple, right? But it saved him. In his first year, Vin was wrong often, 10 losses in a row some months. But because he limited risk, he retained over 70% of his capital. In year 2, his system matured. He didn't need huge wins, just 4 small wins and 2 small losses each month. After 3 years, he quit his job to trade full-time. He told me, "I didn't win because I was smarter. I won because I still had money when others had none." That's the heart of step 8. So ask yourself, do you know your risk per trade? Do you set daily or weekly loss limits? Do you cut losses as planned or move your stop out of hope? If the answer is no, you're still gambling, even if you think you're trading. To build risk discipline, I recommend going back to a cent account. Just $10 is enough to learn how to size your positions, how to place logical stop losses, how to track your drawdown. This is where you develop your capital protection instinct, the trait that separates survivors from burnouts. Use your cent account like an investor's gym, not to make fast profits, but to build endurance, control, and emotional detachment. When you can follow your risk rules even with tiny money, you're ready for the real thing. And now, the final step, Step 9. Survive and thrive long term. There's a hidden truth only experienced traders know. Success in trading isn't about brilliance. It's about staying in the game. The market doesn't reward perfection. It rewards those who endure. Step 9 is about survival. Not just financially, but psychologically and emotionally. Because let's face it, every losing trade stings your ego. Every missed setup leaves you frustrated. Every flashy P&L screenshot online makes you doubt yourself. Without a steady mindset, you'll spiral. You'll overcorrect, doubt your system, break discipline, and, like many, walk away entirely. Let me share one last story. There was a man named Long, nearly 40. He worked factory jobs, then drove for a ride-hailing app. He discovered trading on YouTube, burned one small account after another, $20, $50, $100 gone. Not because he didn't study, but because he rushed. He told me, every time I deposited money, I hoped I'd finally break free. But the market crushed that hope. One day he paused. He stopped trading, sat down, read books, reviewed every past mistake, and finally realized the problem wasn't the system, it was me. He started again. Tiny cent account, one strategy, strict daily loss limits, no fancy indicators, just clean execution. 6 months later, he had his first consistent month. A year later, he earned enough to support his family modestly. Today, he isn't rich. No sports car, no million-dollar account, but he's free, consistently earning $1,000 per month, with peace, with pride, and most importantly, without betraying himself. He told me, I don't need to be rich. I just need to do something that feels honest, that I could do long term. That's what being legendary really means. Not winning one giant trade, but living with the market long enough to understand, accept, and master it. So now I ask you, are you more grounded than 6 months ago? More disciplined than a year ago? Do you trade with more calm, less ego? If yes, congratulations. You walked all 9 steps. Your final task? Repeat them every day, quietly, steadily, like someone deeply committed to a craft. Because legends aren't built in a day. They're forged in silence, in routines, in resilience. So, are you ready to keep writing your own legend? Thank you, truly, for walking this path. In a world full of distractions, you've chosen the harder road. Not for fast money, but for deep mastery. Let's keep walking together.